Good evening and welcome to the Seneca Scout, where we will take a look at some topics you may not know about and give you updates on some breaking news. Of course, one story has been dominating the headlines this week, and tonight we would like to mention the victims of the recent terrorist attack in Las Vegas. The victims of the shooting are in our thoughts, and we have decided that we will not add any more coverage to the devastating story. Our topics tonight for this evening range all the way from Myanmar to right here in Pittsburgh. We begin here with some international news.
Kenyan protesters marched in both Nairobi and Kisumu on Monday, demanding a change of leadership in their election committee, referred to as the IEBC. Police responded by sending tear gas into the crowd of protesters. Kenya's top court ordered a revote in the August 8th election due to irregularities in the count of votes. Raila Odinga, the current president and leader of the ODM party, states that he will not participate in the re-election unless there are major reforms to the Electoral Commission. Uhuru Kenyatta, the candidate for the Jubilee Alliance, refuses such a change. The protesters demanded that Electoral Commission officials must order a re-election. U.S. ambassadors tried to intervene by releasing a statement saying, "Do not paralyze the IEBC," but the opposite appears to be happening. Protests are preventing the IEBC from meeting the 60-day deadline to hold the re-election.
On Sunday, Catalonians attempted to vote for independence from Spain, but were attacked by Spanish police officers who were enforcing Spain's ruling that the Catalonian vote was illegal. 900 people were hurt from the violence when police violently dragged people from booths and beat them, and shot the crowd with rubber bullets. Catalonia has its own separate language and culture, and Catalonians wish to secede from Spain after years of being controlled by the government. The split has been growing since the dictator of Spain, General Francisco Franco, took power in 1939. When Francisco took Catalonian self-governance away, the European Union has ruled that it is an internal Spanish matter and will not intervene. Though Catalonia has requested the EU to act as a moderator.
The country of Myanmar has rejected allegations of systematic ethnic cleansing against the Rohingya, the main Muslim group in the country. The denial followed an open sessions at the United Nations in which the conflict was declared the fastest developing humanitarian and human rights crisis in 2017. U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley blasted the government of Myanmar for the bloodshed and urged other nations to rally against the atrocities committed by Myanmar's government against its own people. The government of Myanmar has also continued to block aid from the United Nations, causing the bloodshed to continue.
We now move on to some national news. It's nothing new that bee populations have been rapidly decreasing, but there are new causes and effects to the situation. A recent study done by the researchers at the Florida State University found that climate change and longer springs and summers are playing a crucial role in bumblebee population. The longer spring season is causing an irregular blooming season and not enough flowers for the bees to pollinate to use as their food for their hive. Climate change, along with factors like habit destruction, nutrition deficit, air pollution, pesticides, and all other major aspects of impacts on the bees' population's decline. Bees are responsible for 80% of pollination and pollination of major foods, making it a priority for researchers to find solutions before the devastating effects occur.
Legendary musician Tom Petty died on Monday. Petty, who was 66, went into cardiac arrest early Monday morning. Shortly after, he was taken to the UCLA Medical Center, where he later passed away surrounded by friends and family. Petty was best known for his music career that spanned over 4 decades. He worked as both a solo artist and a member of the band Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, as well as the supergroup the Traveling Wilburys. The band just finished a summer tour last weekend. Petty would have turned 67 at the end of the month.
Puerto Ricans continue to hold through hard times tonight as supply chains experience massive setbacks while mayors and the president discuss who is coming short. Supply chains are running smoothly and there is an influx of resources on the island. Nearly 10,000 supply crates sit in ports around the island. The issue does not lie in getting resources to the ports, it is moving the resources around the island. Roads are closed, diesel is scarce, and most importantly, many of the drivers are evacuated during the storm, leaving no one to drive the trucks. Additionally, the lack of power makes it impossible to distribute refrigerated foods around the island.
And now let's turn it over to James for some local news.
This has been a big week for Raider sports. Last Friday, the Raider football team fell to Penn Hills by a score of 44-23. On Monday, the girls soccer team beat North Allegheny by a score of 4-1. Goals were scored by Jess Frank, Paige Brady, Ashley Ray, and Shannon O'Shea. On Tuesday, the girls' varsity volleyball team triumphed over Pine Richland, winning the first 3 sets. Also on Tuesday, the boys' cross-country team won the section title with a win over North Allegheny. The boys' soccer team beat Shaler 3-1 to close out the final game on Tuesday. There were 2 varsity games on Wednesday. The girls' soccer team had another big win, beating North Hills by a score of 6-0. Goals were scored by Brianna Valentovich, Laura Saleo, Paige Brady, and Mia Zek. And finally, the girls' tennis team closed out their season with a 4-1 win over North Catholic. They ended with a 9-9 record. This has been your Raider Recap. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week.
Thank you for that. Free Wi-Fi throughout Pittsburgh might not be that far away. MetaMesh, the company in charge of this project, set out to accomplish this in 2015 and has already established their free Wi-Fi in the Hill District, Braddock, and Allentown. With a grant from the Hillman Foundation, the company aims to expand throughout all of Pittsburgh and Allegheny County. PitMesh, the name of their network, is designed to allow people to travel throughout the city and use their devices without using their data, while also acting as a reliable source of Wi-Fi during emergencies such as power outages. The company's co-founder and executive director, Adam Longwell, has stated that bandwidth was originally an issue. Cooperation with a company called Kinber will provide MetaMesh with a low-cost, unlimited high-speed fiber bandwidth to spread through Pittsburgh.
Project Art Pittsburgh is an organization in our city to promote education and art among less privileged youth. Today, over 4 million elementary school students do not have access to art instruction. Project Art is a national group that works in inner cities to provide access to art programs and children ability. Today, over 4 million elementary school students do not have access to art instruction. Project Art is a national group that works in inner cities to provide access to art programs and give children the ability to express themselves in a place where they do not otherwise have the chance to. In Pittsburgh, Project Art aims to help and educate 135 kids across 3 Pittsburgh neighborhoods: the North Side, Knoxville, and the West End. Arts education has been proven to help children develop curiosity and observational skills and the ability to think critically. Project Art has helped thousands of kids across the country and continues to impact the youth of our city. And that's it for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday.